It's like the curse of the Capos. And a soldier, too.
I think we may have a problem.
First, let's take Gigi. Tony makes Gigi a captain in Season 3, Episode 4, Employee of the Month.
Gigi, are you shitting me?
How much longer, Skip? I gotta take a leak.
We're trying to have a meeting here.
Oh, 2 minutes he's in charge. He's fucking Lee Iacocca.
He specifically picks Gigi instead of Ralph. 4 episodes later, Gigi dies.
It's a young man. Heart disease. The silent killer. Hey, there are worse ways to go.
Even while he was captain, apparently he wasn't enjoying himself too much.
Plus now with you and him and...
You know, it's your job to make my job easier.
That's not just him. It's free on deal. We're in the middle of a major renovation at the house. I got 2 kids getting ready for college.
You see those bags?
So Gigi dies, and now what?
No fires. Tony doesn't want any fires.
Making you captain.
You are?
You be the captain.
You know what they say? Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it.
Since we're kicking up, we were hoping you could, watch our back.
Watching your back. That's gonna require a little more initiative on your part.
Prior to Gigi dying, Tony was going back and forth over what to do with Ralph, with one of the options being to kill him after what Ralph did to Tracy 2 episodes earlier in university. So Tony's not excited to make Ralph captain, but he knows that Ralph's the best guy for the job. Ralph's a good earner. He makes some good money.
He ran your race. You called it. End of story.
3, 4.
I just came by to give you from the thing.
I could have waited. Nice.
At least I'm good for something.
But there are some issues that arise along the way, with the first being Jackie Jr.
What about Moltisanti?
Nothing. We were just saying, he's young to be made.
He wanted it, so he stepped up and took it. When we was kids, we had our own little crew. Me, your dad, Bonanimo, Tony, Silvio Dante. He had this Saturday night card game. The rest is history. Your father and Tony was on a fast track to being made, and I was still a little shitheel like the 2 of you.
More important than the particular decision is that it happened in a timely fashion. Why am I telling you? You know all this. You're a captain.
Seems like things are going well, right? Ralph actually makes a good decision to not loan Artie $50,000. They have the HUD scam. Seems like business is going well. And then the horse.
And this, my Chiquita banana, is Pie Oh My.
She's beautiful.
One, 2. He was a captain, T.
You be the captain.
Eugene Pontecorvo? He's so sweet, says Meadow. He climbs up the ranks.
Ralph Cifarella's the only one who knows how to handle the Esplanade? Put Pontecorvo in there.
Unfortunately, climbing up the ranks also brings greater scrutiny. You're now more valuable in the eyes of many people, including the FBI.
Listen, Danny, we just want you to know how glad we are a guy like you was on that jury. That mob thing, that Junior Soprano trial. I got that. It's a privilege. Hard-working guy, wife and 2 kids, performing a civic duty we should all take part in. We know you do the right thing.
So Eugene's just kind of prancing along in the background, and then Season 5, Episode 9.
I got eBell watches, too. Earrings, whatever you need.
My girl's birthday's coming up.
Some rack on that girl.
Yeah, didn't get past the sideburns.
You should talk. It must have been like kissing a fireman.
Well, you ought to know, sweetie.
What'd you say?
Nothing, what? We're just breaking balls.
Do me a favor, huh? Hold this. You watch, I'll make captain.
And then members only. Eugene's aunt dies.
She's a great lady. Only person in my life ever made me feel special. I was thinking about buying a place in Fort Myers. Retiring there, actually.
Retiring? What are you, a hockey player?
I don't know what I was thinking. For you, your taste, the inheritance. So that thing we spoke about.
Still mulling it.
Hey, by the way, your Florida thing, that's a no-go.
What?
Can't be accommodated. You're part of the team.
But I just did that thing.
That's not my department.
Tony and Silvio, all they understand is appearances. We'll buy a new car. It'll raise my profile. You watch, I'll make captain.
His master's voice.
Here, among your friends, is where you're useful.
It's not so silly when you think about it. I'm a top earner now. It's not out of the realm of possibility that I could be the boss of this family one day.
Vito sort of climbs the ranks throughout the seasons. Eventually, he's made captain.
What are you breaking my balls for? Parade float. Oh! I'm a fucking captain now. You don't talk to me like
Perhaps Vito should have taken Christopher's early advice. Next time, make it 2 towns over.
Hop along, Kezadich. What do you know? What do you say?
In season 4, episode 2, No Show, in Polly's absence while he's in jail, Tony makes Christopher acting capo. And this is the episode where Adriana gets confronted by the FBI and has to start working with them.
Like you never heard of a learning curve. You know what? I'm gonna get high.
Christopher, I thought you were gonna stop using junk because of your new job.
I had a... Let's just say that Carmela ain't gonna be first lady forever. You know what they say? Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. So are you, mentally prepared for this promotion?
Oh, yeah.
No, because it's a lot of added responsibility.
I think it should have happened sooner.
Bobby gets a promotion, and what happens next? Well, a couple of episodes later, his wife, Karen, dies in a car crash. He ends up marrying Janice Soprano later on, after she uses her tactics to get closer to him.
I saw my uncle today.
Oh, Jesus.
That's right.
Is he mad?
What's going on, Bobby? What were you supposed to do?
Union business.
What's going on?
Selection coming up, that's all.
Bobby?
I'm the one that should have been in that car. Not Karen. And Junior's been so good to me, and I'm...
Now listen to me. I know my uncle. He's a patient man. But he's at the point that if you don't do your job, he'll find somebody who will. You know what I'm talking about? All your effort, all the years you put in getting your ticket punched, you'll be a nobody.
By the time we get to the end of the series, Bobby's one of the top 3 guys, which is why he's selected to be killed.
You've been a solid performer for some time now. Plus, you're my brother-in-law. No risk, no reward. A big fat pain in the balls.
Especially now with DNA evidence. My pop never wanted it for me. He said there were times with all the worry. He wished he could have just stayed in the shop full time, just cut hair.
Top three guys. Tony Soprano, obviously, plus Silvio Dante, and we think Bobby Baclieri.
That Mortadel's number 3. He used to be Junior Soprano's driver.
And you used to sell laser printers out the back of your Crown Vic.
There are a few scenes throughout the show where we have Ralph, Eugene, and Vito all together, and it makes me think, oh, poor guys, their time is limited. Or, in the words of the great philosopher, Little Carmine, their time is less than limited. Carlo. Well, look what happens at the end of the series. Carlo's son is arrested for selling ecstasy, and it's suspected that Carlo ends up flipping on Tony in order to get leniency for his son. We don't know for sure, but Neil Mink thinks there's an 80 to 90% chance that Tony will be indicted. So, in either way, his son getting arrested for selling ecstasy is not a good situation, even if Tony wasn't brought into the picture in any way. And it seems like Tony wasn't very happy with Carlo's performance either, when you think about chasing it when Tony has an outburst at Carlo while Carlo, Bobby, and Tony are on their way back from Hesh's house.
We'll need an insurance number.
Oh, Maroon, I have Blue Cross Blue Shield. Is that all right?
Ma'am, could you hold on for 1 second? I have the hospital on the other line.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd love to hear from you.